right, guys, I am back. It is now Sunday, and I'll be seeing this like a week and a half from now. So, where we left off at the end of last week was we had this all ready. I told you I was going to ink around the edges and that sort of thing, so I did that off camera. Now we are going to put fabric on to strengthen up the spine. And I'm going to look at my watch now because we just went through time change. I don't know if everybody here does that or not, but ugh. I think it's the spring one that really messes people up, because I mean, like, for me, that's when it is. This is a coffee dyed fabric that I get from Walmart, of all places, right, in their fabric section, and you can catch it every now and then, and it's just like stamped words, or like almost like a newspaper print. That for me is a good purchase. So I'm really gonna need 12 of these, and I made them 2.5 inches wide, and then I need to make them 9 inches long. So we'll see how far we get in this one. And then we may just get to the tearing of the fabric and getting them glued in, and then the next video might be making the signatures. And then I want to, then I'll have to film a couple different videos. Yeah, anyways, those will be in the future type of thing. But yeah, so out of one of those strips, a 2.5, I get about 3. So yeah, Grace and I went and got our nails done today. We like our little lady. She's pretty sweet. So if I get 3, I'm gonna have to do that 4 times, right? That's the right, about the right width, or the right number out of there. I'm just gonna kind of line it up a little bit with the previous ones. So yeah, so Grace is out doing her horsey job, and I am going to film a couple of videos, and then I got some house cleaning chores that need to be done. So yeah, I'm going to do that while she's got to get packed in, because she's going to Arizona for the week with her dad to see that side of the family. So yeah, interesting Sunday, right? Not really. I mean, it's just the schematics of, you know, travel and whatnot. So yeah. Anywho. And I am going to try to kind of streamline this just a tad by laying them all out, lining them up as best as I can. Like so. I'm going to try to go right. I mean, I don't know if it's very effective, but oh, and I'm jiggling, you guys. Sorry. I always record with it plugged into the charger these days, because one time I didn't have my phone plugged in, because I record on my iPhone. One time I didn't have it plugged in, and it was disastrous, because it was actually a really important part of what we were working on. And so then I had to try to re-record it, and it was awful. So anyways, for some reason, I was thinking that April was my anniversary date for YouTube, but it really is the 28th or the 29th of this month. I can't remember. Because some other monumental things happened in my life in April, and so sometimes I do get a little confused. So anyways, all that to say, it is March, I believe it's March 28th, because the other event was on April 29th. So, and sometimes I confuse the 28th, 29th, March to April. So I hope that those are actually long enough, because it looks like there's one that's longer than everything else. So that to say, hopefully, I mean, we can kind of spread it out a little bit, but you know, we should have enough. And I'm going to go ahead and do my Fabri-Tac, and then I open it, and I know I'm doing 2.5 inches. So sometimes it's this precise and sometimes it's not. I mean, I'm only doing this for video purposes as far as like the measurement, just kind of keep myself on the straight and narrow, so to speak. Now I'm going to put down a light coat, not a really thick one. And I'm going to zigzag like I usually do and just kind of do that. Getting down at the bottoms, and to just kind of go up. Like you can probably see it, and you'll see it a lot on this next one where I like kind of stop squeezing and then I just move the glue around. Oops. Make sure we got the words right side up. We get it as good as we can get it, and we call it good. And then afterwards, when we're actually like decorating and stuff like that, that's usually when I usually leave a lip just in case we want to add something in, like a lace, or it just gives you a little bit of room to play there. So yeah, that's why I do it the way I do it. Oops. Let me just scoot that stuff out of the way, and then we won't be fighting it. So anywho, kind of hoping the start of this next week is really good. And then the following week is when my old manager starts. So that'll be fun. I'm super excited for him to join our team. Okay, so that's one, like flat to dry. I know some of these videos are probably be pretty boring for you guys. Oh, so back to the anniversary. So I usually do something, right? I've done like ephemera in the past. I've done custom journals. I think last year I did 2. Yeah, because Amy won one, and I apologize, I don't remember the lady's name who won the other one. But yeah, so I think I'll probably do the same, right? Normally when I do that, you get to choose, right? Only this year, I think I'm going to do it a little bit different. As far as, I might just limit it. I don't know. See, here's what I want to do. Here's what I'm tired of, is people who don't watch my channel end up winning these. Not always, but sometimes, right? So, and then what happens is they don't come back, right? So then I either have to choose another one, or usually ends up happening is I just send it to one of my subscribers that like likes and comments on every video, and you know what I mean? So it's just frustrating. So I'm not sure how to work it necessarily. I could actually do the giveaway as like a treasure hunt, like ask a series of like 10 questions. Actually, that might actually be kind of fun. And those of you that have been here for a while will absolutely know the answers, right? Or I could even like make a video that basically, you know, I mean, most of you that even since Christmas, if you've been with me since Christmas, you'll know, right? Probably even January. Like, what are my kids' names, right? Like, you know, things like that. What is my dog's name, right? Like, you would know those kind of things if you've been with me for a little bit. And most of you that have been here for a long, long time already, you know what I mean? You already know the answer to those. So that would be a way of discerning. I know Emily over at Emma Farmer's Treasures. No, it's not Emma Farmer's Treasures anymore. Gosh darn it. Emily, if you're watching this, I apologize. Anyways, it's Junk Journal Ephemera is her shop name now. Anyways, she usually does like defining words. Like she gives the answers in the video. And then you have to answer like whatever the keyword is. Oh, that's kind of sounds fun. And then that way, because every time you put in a description or in a title giveaway, you have people that you never even know, like, winning. You know what I mean? So I would like the people who are loyal and like watch all the time and or both comment, and you know what I mean? I'd rather those people get a journal versus ones that don't watch very much at all, or they just stop by for the giveaway, right? Yeah, that's not very fair or fun for those that do enjoy a person's content. You know what I mean? I don't know. At least that's how I'm feeling about it. I don't know. Thoughts, opinions, guys? I'm open. And it's not that I want to exclude anybody specifically, but like they have these robots that search for giveaways. Like it literally, the first year I did a lot of giveaways, and they're like, I've never even heard of these people ever again. And my giveaways are usually open like worldwide. You know what I mean? I don't mind shipping at all, you know? Man, these are pretty. Man, we're doing a good job, guys. So yeah, oh. That's the dreaded sound of a crafter, isn't it? Oh, gross. Do you guys see what my glue's doing? I don't even know if it's in frame, but oh. Oh, that's what happens when you get down to the bottom. So yeah, anywho. Went a little wide. Boy, I'm getting just a little crazy with that fabric tack. And I do, I mean, you've probably already seen it in the video here. I do a pinch so I know kind of where the middle is. So I can kind of get it kind of centered. And one of the nice things about the doing the fabric ones is they generally, when you're doing shorter ones, like, you know, 9 inches or whatever, then it typically it goes kind of straight on its own. It's not until you get into those like long ones that you start to have issues, I think. So Gracie and I have been talking a lot lately too about gardening and what we want to do, because we have an old trampoline frame. It's like the insurance companies nowadays, they don't like it when you have open trampolines, right? Like you can't old school it where there's no cage around it, which I have my own theories about that whole thing. So it's probably not a discussion I should probably have, because it probably differs from a lot of people. But anyways, so instead of it ripped, and so then instead of replacing the tarp this last spring when it ripped, because I mean they're 23 and 20, you know what I mean, or almost. What is he? Oh no, 23 and almost 21. Holy cow. Jesus, talk about aging yourself right there in just a couple of seconds, huh? Whew. Anyways, so all of that to say, like, I just didn't, and so Gracie and I are gonna try to kind of turn it into like a greenhouse, because those of you that have been with me for a really long time know that she was gifted a greenhouse a couple of years ago. And the wind, between the wind and the snow and the fire, it just took it all out. Like, ugh, it's awful. We still need to take out the frame. Yeah, you know, I haven't really talked about it a lot lately, but, you know, since the separation and the divorce, like, it feels like our whole house kind of died, if that makes any sense at all. Like, there just hasn't been a ton of life happening here. Kind of what it's felt like. And so Grace and I'm like, I was just saying, like, last weekend, or maybe it was the weekend before, I was like, you know what, I think I'm ready, because like a lot of my plants died. Like, I think those of you that have been through it know the struggle, right? I kept the kids, myself and the kids alive, right? For me, that's winning, right? We're all alive and standing. So all that to say, I mean, I know that's not really funny, but I mean, come on. Like, my life literally has turned into a Jerry Springer show. The only thing we're missing is a wrestling nut with a give him the chair guy, you know, standing over there. Anyways, all of that to say, like, everything just, you know, we got the kittens last fall, and that's helped, like, kind of bring it all back to life. Yes, it's peaceful, but there's been something missing. And I was just like, I was kind of looking around, and I was like, I used to have like plants everywhere. And I think, that's going to sound really funny, like, not funny, haha, just like funny, but like, most of my plants died either the year or two before the divorce or the year of the divorce. That's strange. It's like they couldn't take any more of his toxicness. Hate to say it kind of like that, but I mean, that's kind of what it seems. Anyway, so I mentioned, you know, because Gracie always does like an Easter basket, or like, she's the one that fills my stocking at Christmas and stuff. She was asking what she could do for an Easter basket for me, and, you know, I was like, well, you know what, I've really been thinking, I really kind of want some plants. Like, I'm kind of feeling like I'm to the point now where I could keep plants alive again, right? And I listed out a couple that I'd like, because I kept my orchids alive through all of it. Mostly, honestly, because they're expensive plants. And so, and honestly, like, everybody gets intimidated with orchids, but they're pretty easy, actually. anyways, all that to say, so, sure enough, I said that, like, must have been, not last weekend, but the weekend before I said that. So we went to go visit, my old manager, who I told you guys was getting deployed. We went to go visit them before they left. And I think I also told you that in a few videos. And so his wife gave me a bunch of like, starts off of her plants. So I was like, that's so cool. You know, you speak it as a healthy want, I guess. And, you know, God delivers, right? So then this last week, so that was last weekend that Michaela gave me all those starts. And then on, I don't know, it was like Tuesday or Wednesday, a guy I work with came in and he's like, my brother works at a botanical garden and they change out their plants like every 3 to 6 months. He's like, and he has all these really pretty plants and normally they just go in the trash. And I was like, oh no, that doesn't sound great. He's like, no, you know, my brother does what he can to try to find new homes and stuff for him. But he's like, would you want some? I was like, wow, really? Like, wow. Like, not in a bad way, just wow. Like, how, right? I don't know. So needless to say, I have more plants than I know what to do with right now because I don't have a ton of surfaces and I have a bunch of baby cats who think that they should be chewing on the plants. I think they learned the lesson on one of them because it's kind of a bitter tasting plant and the poor baby kitty like was gagging for a while. So all that to say, it wasn't poisonous to him. He just didn't care for it. I'm like, well, that'll learn you to keep you off my table. The dining room table, not the one we eat off of, but the one that's for show, right? Anyways, yeah, he was up there and investigating the plant, and he found out really quick that one doesn't taste very good. So anywho, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this one a video because we gotta let those dry. And I can't exactly go back to them right away because I need this part to be dry before we start trying to stick the poker through it and all that jazz. So, and we're going to do these just a tad bit different than I did that last 3 signature journal. All right. So all that to say, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go and I'll just talk to you in the next video. Bye guys.